Well, hello you lot, welcome to a new video. Last time I did a 3-day video at work, you all seemed to like it, so I'm going to do another one. So today is Friday, it is 4:10. So we're going to start off to work, see what mischief we can get into this weekend. No engineering works as far as I know. So yeah, let's skedaddle. If you lot could hurry up and put your shoes and coats on and get in the car, we can get going. Right, well we made it to work. Traffic wasn't too bad for a Friday rush hour. Took about an hour and 40 minutes, so can't really mind too much of that. There's a train coming in very slowly. Is it mine? No, it's not mine. So we've got a snip turn today. It's about 6 hours 20 minutes long. So let's see what trouble we can get into. So it's just coming up to 7 o'clock in the evening. I'm going to head down to Northfields. There was a signal failure earlier at Acton Town, so we were suspended between Acton and Uxbridge, and District was suspended between Turnham Green and Ealing Broadway. So we'll see how that affects us. If it affects us, I think my train, give or take, is on time. Or at least it was when I checked. Shows me out in 12 minutes. Okay, so it's a few minutes late. It keeps changing its mind. I think it's just coming in now, which makes it on time. Yeah, they kept changing it round. It was showing 12 minutes, then 15 minutes, and then pulls in. So here it is, train 355. A few of the lights not working in there, but not enough to worry about. Ooh. Wind's a little chilly this evening. Right, I'm going to get ready, or get the train ready, and with any luck, we'll see you at Northfields. We're at Northfields and we have the shunt signal. Just under that yellow, you'll see a little white circle with a black line through. So into the sidings and up to Acton Town. So just in Northfield sidings. For a Friday night, it was smooth going through town. We were held at a few red signals, but that was only because we were early. Oh, I can't get in this door. Hold on. Before I forget, shout out to Tattoo Joe. I was meant to do it at the beginning of the video and then forgot. So hello Tattoo Joe, it's great to have you with us. Well, it's good to have you all with us. Oh god, these doors are stiff. We've got our number come up, so just need to plunge. So it's given us the right one, and now I'm just going to wait for the signal. I'll see you at Acton. Oh, we made it to Acton Town. We ran down the local from Northfields. We did get held just outside the station. They let a district in before us. So let's go and have a break. So that's break over and done with. Let's go down and wait for a train. We're going to head up to Rayners Lane. How exciting. It says it's due in 8 minutes. About 5 minutes for my train, which makes it on time. Next train in should be mine. Made it to Rayners Lane. Well, that was a nice little run up. A little bit slow between South Harrow and Rayners Lane. Just a Metline train got routed in before we did. Now, at the beginning of this video, I said today's duty was 6 hours 20 long. It's actually 6 hours 10. Now, I know what you're going to say. Dale, why are we back at Acton Town? Well, believe it or not, I've still got to go west. So, excuse me, we've got 3 trains today. Next one we pick up in about 12 minutes or so. So if you want to come with me, you all need to get your rear ends into gear. And I'll see you on the other platform. Right, we're at Terminal 4. Sorry I didn't film the train coming in. Got chatting with another driver. So yeah, Terminal 4, heading up to Oakwood, departing about 3 minutes time. So we'll see you up there. Stopping at Turnham Green, not stopping at Barron's Court, as the eastbound platform is closed for 6 months. And then once that reopens, once that's open, they'll close the westbound for 6 months. They're refurbishing the station. They're doing a load of work on the roof. So yeah, I'm gonna have a banana whilst I wait. So that was uneventful. It was held for about 4 minutes at Acton whilst the train went into the sidings. That was it. Other than that, smooth sailing, which is what I like on a Friday night. So yeah, that's another day, another dollar done. Time to head home. Well, the motorway's closed. Thing is, if I'd known it was closed, I could have come off at the junction behind me. So that's 3 police cars, and I can see there's an ambulance coming. I've already been here 10 minutes. Here comes another police car. Thing is, the car just ahead on the left-hand lane, 3 people have decided to get out there and go walking up the motorway. It's not really the most sensible thing to do. Well, it looks like we're on the move. Let's see what's going on. So we've been here, I would guess 25 minutes, maybe half an hour. Oh dear. Let's see what's going on. Hopefully everyone's okay. I'm assuming it's an accident. So ago I was stopped in the same place, and I think there was someone on the wrong side of the barrier on the bridge, or on the roundabout just the other side of the Hatfield Tunnel. So I'm guessing at some point they thought they was going to jump, or they threatened to jump. Luckily they didn't. Oh dear. What lane, if any, is closed. Got some flashing lights coming up. Thing is, people just drive like idiots these days. The ambulance. Don't know what's gone on then. There's no sign of an accident. Again, unless it was concern for someone's welfare. I'm just trying to see if I can find where the police went. Because last time it was on this bridge and there was loads of police up here when we did get moving. I'm pointing, but you can't see. So I just got home. It is 2:57 in the morning. So I'm going to make sure the cat's got enough food, have a wash, and go and get what some might say is much needed beauty sleep. And well, we'll see you later. Oh, good afternoon. It is 2:10. So get your backsides into gear, get in the car, let's go. Now, if you watched my video that I filmed in the car a couple of weeks ago, time of me filming anyway, you'll know that I talked and showed you about the Black Cat roundabout roadworks. But they've changed the layout again if you're staying on the A1 going south. I appreciate it's not the most interesting of things to see, but I just thought I would include it for those of you that may drive around here, because obviously I do this 5 days a week and I still can't keep up with it. So I just thought I would show you. It's not much of a change, but there is a little change to it when we get round this corner. And whichever one of you is kicking the back of my seat, you need to stop it, otherwise no mince for you. Right, so this is just for if you're going on the A1 South. So where this work access sign is, that was pretty much where we went onto the A1 South. That's now closed, it's all been dug up. And we're now going to go this way. Down here, this is the old northbound carriageway. You can probably just see the road markings. And to the left, that's the old southbound carriageway. So it's only just this section that's changed, but even though it's signposted, everyone still gets in the wrong lane and has no idea where they're going. And now we're just going to cut back across onto the original southbound. And I'm sure this will change many more times before it's completed in the next sort of year and a half. So yeah, now we're back on the southbound. I just thought I'd show you that, so if you do drive in this area, you've got a rough idea of where you're going. So the train is in. We're due out in about 3 minutes, and we're going to head down to Terminal 5. How exciting! Well, here we are, 21 sidings, Terminal 5. A bit busy in town, but not too bad. Here at T5, we normally, well, sometimes we get help detraining. But on the current timetable, because we've got a new one, they've cut the turnaround time. So today, I didn't have to detrain. There was 2 members of staff to do it for me. So, it's kind of nice. So next part of this duty is from Terminal 5 to Northfields, where I hand the train over, and then I've got to travel up to Acton Town for my break. Right, time for a break. Well, I pick up in about 15 minutes, so I'm going to make my way down because I'll fall asleep if I don't. It's just starting to rain, or spitting. Right, I'm sorry I didn't film the train coming in at Acton Town. When I was looking on the system, the train had disappeared. So I was kind of thinking, I knew it'd gone to Northfields, and thought maybe they've stabled it. Let me get through this door. Anyway, a few minutes after I should have picked up, it did appear. And I thought, well, Northfields to Acton, 7 minutes, give or take. Anyway, about 3 minutes later, maybe 4, it turns up out of service. So I've just come into the sidings at Acton Town. when these doors close. So I can't remember if I said earlier, what I should have done was Acton Town, Cockfosters, Northfields, Cockfosters, stable. So the driver I've taken this off, he's only given, the only instruction I've got is go into the sidings. Apparently they've got a gap running west, so I don't know if it's to Heathrow or Uxbridge, and it looks like they're going to have me fill that gap. Which for me is good news, because hopefully I'll get to finish a little bit earlier. But I'm going to have to ring them when I get into the other cab and find out what they want me to do. They might keep me in here for an hour or more. Doesn't necessarily mean I'll get to finish early. Or they could have me straight out of here. So let me get sorted out. If I've got time, I'll update you before we leave the sidings. If not, if they've got me going out straight away, I'll update you when I get to wherever I've got to go. Okay, a little confused. So I've just spoke to control. So there's a huge gap. So I'm going to be in the sidings, I think, for a good half an hour, at least. Then they want me to run to Terminal 4, and they're saying back to Acton. But he doesn't know what he wants me to do from there, so I don't know if they're going to reform the train and someone else will take it, because obviously I need to go back east end of the line anyway. So, yeah, don't really know quite what's going to happen. So, other than that, we're going to T4 as far as we know for the moment, just in case that changes. So, another quick update for you. Literally, as I turned the camera off, they called me back and he said, "Driver, are you the one who should be stabling this train at Cockfosters later?" I said, "Yes, I am." He said, "Okay." He said, he said to me, he said, "Would you like an early night tonight?" I said, "Well, you know, not really, but, you know, I'll do it for you." So I'm doing them a favour. So at some point when they let me out of here, I'll run to T4, up to Cockfosters and stable early, which is not something I wanted to do, as you know. But I'm doing it for them. See, there's just... my generosity just has no limits. So yeah, that's what we're doing now. Well, we're back at Cockfosters. That was really busy. I actually had loads of people get off here at Cockfosters. The only time it's like that is when they've got some festival or concert in Trent Park. Anyway, right, let me get these last two shut down, get this in the yard. It's raining. So the good news is I've stabled about an hour and 20 minutes early. Doesn't mean I'm going home, see what the manager says. However, I'm kind of annoyed because when I shut the last two cars down on the train after I turned you off, my coffee cup fell out my bag straight onto the tracks. Now, to be fair, I bought it about 8 years ago, maybe 9. Cost me 22 quid, I think. So I've had my money's worth, but that's not the point. It means tomorrow I can't have coffee at work. Because I drink black coffee, and the vending machine at Cockfosters, we have 2 buttons for black coffee. When I tried it today, both of them come out white. But to be fair, it does say black coffee may contain milk, so I think I should be able to book off sick. What do you reckon? No coffee, no work. I'm sure most members of the public would be able to get behind that sort of industrial action. Of course, I joke before I get the nasty comments. Right, let's go and see if the manager wants me to politely go away. They often tell me to foxtrot Oscar. It couldn't have fallen under the covered bit, could it? I spoke with station staff and they're going to try and retrieve it for me now. There's no train coming in. It's just down there anyway. I'm not going to lean over for you to see, but yeah, it's dropped about here. So bless him, he's just gone to get the grab stick to do it for me. Saves me buying a new one, because there's nothing wrong with it. And it keeps coffee warm for about 5 hours. Well, actually hot for about 5 hours. But able to get it back. I'll take it home and give it a good wash. But yeah, thank you to station staff for getting that for me. I mean, I stood in the rain for 5 minutes, but it's my own fault. So that's cheered me up. Well, I forgot to tell you I was home, so you get to see me in my dressing gown. It's just before 1 o'clock. So yeah, home early. You know what? We'll get up in a few hours and do it all over again. Hello, it's Sunday. If you lot are ready, shall we go? Right, see you in the car. Well, we're almost at work. Traffic's been a bit slow down Cockfosters Road. We've got Arsenal playing at home today. I think kick-off is in about an hour, 4:30. I think they're playing Man United. Hopefully for us, we should miss most of the crowds, because let's be honest, if you lot are coming on my train with me, I'm not really going to have much room for football fans. However, the problem might be is parking. So even though we've got bays marked for staff only to park, they just park where they like. So we'll see if there's any space. Mint, anybody? Alright, this is where the fun's going to start. Let's see how bad the car park is. There are already cars parked where they shouldn't be. Like these morons. Well, that moron, the other one's alright. That moron. Oh, there is a space for me. That's alright. In the past, we've had them triple parking and all sorts. And they used to park on the double yellow lines on the ends here, and you just couldn't get round, and then these cars here couldn't get out. But then car park company changed and they started ticketing people, so you don't get quite as many doing that. Right, we're going to park next to this white van. Just looking how many cars there and not staffs. Tell you what, the turning on this car's awful. Right, well, at least we're parked. Let's go get booked on. Right, well, I guess it's time to do some work. It is, I can't remember the time now, about 26 minutes past 4, and we're going to head down to T4. and then back up to Arnos. This should be my train. Yes, it's our train. Delightful day for it. So here we are, Terminal 4. No issues coming through town. If anything, it was a bit boring, which is probably a good thing because I'm getting a bit too old to have too much excitement. Just before I come into Terminal 4, they announced Holloway Road was closed, so football will be kicking out shortly. Hopefully by the time we get back up to sort of Arsenal, we'd have missed most of it. Out of here in a couple of minutes. Well, we made it to Arnos Grove. Well, that was a short break. My train is somewhere between Bounds Green and here at Arnos Grove. So I better get me rear in gear. And we're off to Uxbridge. Now normally I'd wait in the little cabin on the other platform. But as there's a train in the middle platform, mine might come in on this platform. Even though... yeah, sorry, it didn't show on the board and it's just come up as Uxbridge now, so... you take it easy! So yeah, this is mine, to Uxbridge. I'm sure I drove this one yesterday, or day before. Either way, right, I'm going to get sorted out. Well, we made it to Uxbridge. There was a bit of an issue at Arnos Grove after I turned the camera off. I could hear some shouting. I thought it was a fight. There was a gentleman on the platform. He was cross between upset and angry on the phone, screaming and shouting, acting erratically, let's say. Luckily, I was able to caution the train that was coming in, and then luckily he just got on the train without any issue. But to be fair, I thought he was going to climb down on the tracks. But all's well that ends well. In terms of driving up here, it's been no issue. Now we've got to head back to Cockfosters, stopping at Turnham Green. We're checking my train's not been wrecked. It keeps spitting with rain. So I hope you enjoyed this longer video. As the weather gets nicer, I'll get out and about, well, when I get the time as well, out and about and film some other stuff. But I understand this does get a little bit repetitive sometimes. But we just have to make do with what we've got at the moment and hope things change in the future. Well, we made it back with no issues. It was a bit busier in town than I expected, but to be fair, I'm finishing a little bit earlier than I normally would. It's currently just before 10 to midnight. What is that driver doing? Why can I hear his door chimes? And why can't he move? Looks like I'm going to have to assist. Right, let me get this detrained and go and offer some assistance. So this train's got no forward movement. I'm pointing, you can't see. I'm going to hazard a guess that either the cab door at the far end isn't closed properly, or something caught in it, or something caught in one of the normal doors, because it says car 6. So driver's just going to go back and check. So all's well that ends well. These things happen. Just means we're a couple of minutes late going into the depot, but not the end of the world. At least we got that train moving. And hopefully we have no issues moving. Famous last words. Well, that's me stabled. Bless her, she just shouted across the yard thanking me. The thing is, when something goes wrong, it's easy to sort of, I wouldn't say panic, but it's easy to forget some of the basic things. And I've done it myself. Back in the day, what they used to say was, if you've got a fault or something, before trying to deal with it, sit and roll a cigarette, for those that smoked. Because they said basically that sort of 30 seconds or whatever it would take you to roll a cigarette gives you time to think. Because if you're not careful, you start just basically pressing buttons, hoping that something will work. Rather than thinking, right, let's think of this logically. So for that particular train, it was showing car 6. When you examine what we call press the examine button, it said doors open, car 6. Obviously, because the driver had shut the train down manually, rather, she knows the doors are closed. So now you only have 2 options of the issue. There's something caught in the door, so it's not closed properly. Could be a bit of newspaper or a bottle cap, and you might not necessarily notice that the door's not shut properly, or the rear cab door's open. So yeah, but you know what, it delayed me by a minute or so, but ultimately hasn't delayed the service or any passengers. Yeah, and these things happen. I think with the new trains, you can close the cab door from the rear cab door from the main cab, so it'll save a lot of that issue, because it does happen quite regular. Right, I'm going to walk out and then drive home.